the big heavyweights fight each other at some stage. I mean, Dillian Whyte against Rivas, Tyson Fury against Tom Swartz, Joshua potentially against Ruiz Jr. Are we going to see the top guys fight each other, Andy? Is it going to happen?
I really hope it's going to happen, but to be honest, at the moment, I'm not holding out a great deal of hope for it in the near future, because I don't think Wilder wants to fight Joshua. He keeps talking about how he does. He keeps talking about being the king, and he keeps firing off the way he does. But I don't see any suggestion from him or from his team that they really want to fight Joshua. I just don't. And they'll have their side of things. Wilder supporters will have their side of things. I just look at the evidence as I see it, and I don't think he wants it. I just don't think he does. I think he took the fight against Fury because he thought Fury was finished. I think that's why he took that fight, because he could then...
And he was unprepared and...
Yeah, I think he thought that Fury was
just
finished.
coming back.
He'd been out for too long. He had a couple of comeback fights. He went over to Belfast to have a look at his fight against Pianetta. I think he would have left there thinking, okay, well, you know, it doesn't look like he's up to much. I can beat him. I can then claim a lineal title as well as being WBC champion, and everybody seems obsessed with the lineal title now. And that'll give me a further kind of string to my bow. That's why I think he took that fight, and I think he was surprised when Fury was as good as he was, and he very nearly won, obviously. And he's a tremendously exciting fighter to watch, but I just don't think he wants to fight Joshua. As for Fury, I genuinely believe he would fight anybody. But that deal with ESPN, I mean, never in a million years could you ever turn that down. But now he's having his future dictated to him to an extent, which is something quite new to him, quite new for him. Thomas Schwartz is well ranked, but he's never fought anyone. You know, he was losing against Sanad Gashi when Gashi got disqualified.
And Gashi was pretty poor against Chisora recently.
And Gashi just didn't come to fight against Chisora at all. So, you know, those are two. Dominic Brazil's a decent opponent for Wilder. That's not a bad fight at all. And Fury just didn't really have very many options, so I'm not that critical of that fight either. But this is the problem: if they're not going to fight each other, then they're just going to be in fights that nobody cares about, unless they fight Dillian Whyte, because he's another one who's definitely done enough to earn a shot. But that's just boxing, isn't it? And common sense doesn't really prevail in that many situations. But it's going to start to get very frustrating if we don't see one of those big fights soon, because sometimes these kinds of delays can build it more, which is not a bad thing. But then you get to a point where people just get too frustrated with it. And if we don't see a big fight involving two of those three by the end of this year, we're going to start to hit that point.
Andy, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for your time. Pep Talk UK, Andy Clarke, Pep Talk UK. Thank you.